Budapest, 1930s. Europe was breaking apart, not yet by bombs, but by fear. A young boy named George Soros watched the world through a cracked window. He wasn't fascinated by money. He was fascinated by power. When the Nazis invaded Hungary, he learned his first lesson in survival. Identity is a currency. He changed his name, his papers, his story, and lived. Every choice was a transaction between risk and reward. Years later, he would remember, to survive is the first investment. Everything else is leverage. That child would one day manipulate markets, challenge nations, and move billions with a whisper. But it all began with that single truth. Power belongs to those who understand fear. After the war, Soros fled to London with nothing but ambition. At the London School of Economics, he studied under Karl Popper, who taught him a dangerous idea. No system is absolute. To Soros, this meant one thing. If systems aren't perfect, they can be bent. While others saw markets as math, Soros saw them as mirrors of human emotion: greed, fear, hysteria. Finance, he realized, wasn't about numbers, it was about behavior. And whoever could read behavior could predict the future. When Soros entered Wall Street in the 1960s, he didn't just join finance, he redefined it. He introduced reflexivity theory. Markets don't just reflect reality, they create it. Belief arrow, action arrow, outcome arrow, new belief, a loop of perception shaping truth. He saw investors not as observers, but as participants molding their own destiny. The market, to Soros, was a living organism, driven not by logic, but psychology. And if you could understand that psychology, you could control it. In 1973, Soros founded the Quantum Fund, a name that would soon echo through global finance. It wasn't just a hedge fund, it was a weapon of prediction. Soros bet not on companies, but on nations. If he sensed political instability, he shorted their currency before chaos struck. He didn't follow news, he created it. Each trade was a geopolitical chess move, each profit a consequence of someone else's panic. September 16, 1992, Black Wednesday. The British government was desperately defending the pound, and Soros was ready to break it. That night, the Quantum Fund shorted $10 billion worth of pounds. By dawn, the Bank of England surrendered. The pound collapsed. Soros made $1 billion in profit. The press called him the man who broke the Bank of England. But Soros only smiled and said, "I didn't break the system." It was already broken. After 1992, Soros wasn't just rich. He was infamous. Governments feared his gaze. When he invested, currencies trembled. When he sold, nations panicked. From Thailand to Malaysia, he was accused of igniting the Asian financial crisis of 1997. Markets crumbled. Millions lost their jobs. Politicians called him a financial terrorist. But Soros claimed innocence. "I am not causing the storm. I'm just reading the weather." In truth, both statements held power. He didn't destroy systems. He revealed their weakness. Systems built on fragile faith and reckless borrowing. For Soros, profit wasn't just gain, it was proof that perception rules the world. Beneath the billionaire title lived a philosopher. Soros was obsessed not just with markets, but with fallibility. The idea that all human systems are flawed. He once wrote, "Every bubble has a truth inside it." But the truth is always distorted to him. Every financial boom was a psychological illusion. Collective confidence pretending to be fact. He used that illusion as a compass, profiting not from stability, but from distortion itself. Critics called him manipulative. Followers called him prophetic. Both were right. By the 2000s, Soros turned from trading to transforming. He founded the Open Society Foundations, spreading billions across 100-plus countries to promote democracy, transparency, and education. But even generosity cast shadows. To some he was a philanthropist, to others a puppet master, accused of influencing elections and revolutions. Soros replied simply, "I support open societies. My critics prefer closed ones." In truth, he became something larger than finance, a symbol of how money can shape ideology and how influence can become indistinguishable from control. As decades passed, Soros became both legend and myth. Some saw him as a hero of progress, others a villain of globalization. But in truth, he was a mirror, reflecting our own relationship with money, fear, and freedom. He didn't invent greed or chaos. He mastered their rhythm. The markets he moved were never truly his to control, only to understand. When asked if he ever felt guilt, he said, "I'm only playing the game. If you don't like the rules, change them." The world never did. Today, George Soros stands at the edge of history, not as a trader, but as an idea. He proved that the modern world doesn't run on gold or oil. It runs on belief. And whoever can shape belief shapes destiny. Markets rise and fall. Empires fade. But perception endures. The paradox of Soros is not that he made billions. It's that he exposed how fragile truth becomes when mixed with profit. "Money moves the world," he once said, but only because people believe it should. And in that belief lies the greatest illusion of all.